Hello, hello, I think Realty. It's another beautiful Friday, and this Friday happens to be January the 31st, which means that tomorrow is the end of January and the start of a brand new month. And it's a really good time for us to sit back and reflect on how we did in January, look at our goals that we set up for January, and start to look at, did we hit the goals that we wanted to hit? Did we do the things that we wanted to do in the month of January? So, here, after we talk about everything else, you're going to need to go back and look at those goals and figure out, did I meet the goals? What did I do right? What did I do wrong? And then also set new goals for February. But we'll get to that in just a second. First thing I want to do is give you guys a couple of company news and announcements. First of all, you're going to see some major changes to the website. The website is being revamped slowly, little by little. But by the end of this week, which is tomorrow, we'll be able to see some pretty substantial changes. One of the big changes is there will be a web page just for you guys, the agents. It's got access to your Broker Sumo, access to your dot loop, access to sync, access to all of the technology that we use in one easy to remember place, so that you guys don't have to be reaching out to me asking, I forgot how to log into sync, I forgot how to log into Broker Sumo. Everything will be right there, easy access for all of you. The other major announcement is that we're creating a singular page just for recruitment. So if you know someone who's looking to make a change, you know someone who could benefit from the amazing culture that we have here at White Picket Realty, let them know so that they can come and join us, and let them check out that webpage. I'll send it to everyone when it's done. Now, for the Friday regionals in January, you know that I was focusing on telephone skills and being great on the phone. And one of the things that I think everybody needs to do is go on Amazon right now, find the audiobook. Don't get the paperback, get the audiobook. It's really important for you to be able to hear exactly what Jordan Belfort is saying in this book. When you get this book, you need to listen to it once, then listen to it again, and then listen to it again, because you get a lot of it out of the different times that you listen to it. This book will make you really great on the phone. But just reading a book or just learning about being on the phone would be like a soccer player or a football player reading a book and trying to learn the sport. He can learn the strategy, the technique, but he can't actually improve in his skill without practicing. That's why it's so important for all of you to put 1 hour per day, 5 days a week, into prospecting. And that brings us to our topic for the month of February. You see, the whole month of February, I'm going to be focusing on time management, how to make sure that you're making the most out of your day. A lot of people ask me, how can you manage so many different things? You do the brokerage and you have a construction company and then you have investments, and golly, that just sounds like way too much. And what I tell people is it takes a lot of organization. It takes a lot of having all those moving pieces all working together. And well, the first thing that you need to make working for you is to have 1 hour of prospecting on your calendar. Not just, I'm going to prospect from 8 to 9. No, write it into your calendar and treat that like it is sacred. Treat that like it is the thing that doesn't change, like it's your birthday. Every year it happens, every day it happens. 1 hour of prospecting in your calendar. As soon as you get off the call, make sure that you go and you set up 1 hour of prospecting every day in your calendar. That's the first step to managing your time. Now, the other part that I want everyone to do is, as soon as you get off this call, is sit down for about 10 or 15 minutes, look at the goals that you set for January, and did I meet them? Did I not? And write down, why did I meet them? I met them because, and be very specific. And if you didn't meet them, I did not meet them because. When you're able to recognize what works and what doesn't, you're able to improve. When you're unable to recognize those things, you're unable to improve. So it's very important that you write those things down and that you be aware of what worked and what didn't. Then you want to set new goals for the month of February, and you want to be able to say specific activities. So if you know things that worked in January, implement them again in February. If you know things that didn't work in January, get rid of them in February. But be very specific. These are my goals, and I'm going to reach my goals by doing the following activities. And then make a list of those activities. The next thing that you want to do is what we'll talk about next week, but it's actually putting those activities into the calendar so that you can make sure they happen on a daily, weekly basis, whenever it may be. But they need to happen and they're going to happen. Okay, the last thing is I want to remind everyone of all of the events that we have coming up. I want to remind you that you can always go to the Team WPR, hashtag Team WPR Houston group, and find all of the events. You'll see on here, we have the NAREP Gala that's tonight. If you manage to get tickets to that sold out event, I hear it's going to be a ton of fun. And then we also have our RSP meeting next Tuesday. That's for RSPs only. But on Wednesday, we have our first summit of February. We have our summit for February. And remember, this is an awards gala. This is an awards celebration. We got lunch coming in. We also have a doctor coming in who's going to be giving us a class on how to better manage stress. Realty can be a really stressful job. She's going to help us learn techniques to manage that stress. It's going to be a ton of fun. Make sure that you're registered. This one is not at Valero. I repeat, not at Valero. This one is at Bayland Community Center. We rented out a giant room there. It's going to be awesome. Then we've got Investment Roundtable on the 12th. And on the 18th, you want to make sure this is in your calendar as well, is the real estate rally. This is the first one for the year, and it's going to be awesome. Remember, if you're Circle of Excellence, you get a free ticket to the panel. And if you're Sapphire Select or Sapphire Club, you get a free VIP ticket to the event. So if you feel like you haven't been reached out to for those tickets, reach out to us and we'll make sure that you get your free tickets. All right, guys, go out there and have a great Friday. Remember, these are the activities that you're working on right now. 1, checking your goals for January, writing down what worked, writing down what didn't. 2, setting new goals for February, writing down what worked, what you're going to do, writing down specific activities that you can do to hit those goals. And then you're going to go into your calendar and schedule 1 hour a day for telephone prospecting, for calling your leads, for calling people in your database, and prospecting for your business. The best time is 8:30 to 9:30. But if you can't do that time, try 5:30 to 6:30. And if you can't do either of those times, do it whenever you can. Any prospecting is better than no prospecting. All right, guys, don't forget about our summit next week on Wednesday and the rally on the 18th. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see y'all next week.